Hey YouTube, this is Robert here, and I'm here to do the Walking Dead Season 5 review. Sorry about the lateness of this review. It was supposed to be done, beginning of the week, but I got busy. So, this season sees, Rick and the group really come together as more of a family unit. They're more willing to do what needs to be done in order to survive. They're willing to really fight back against people who would exploit them. In the first half of the season, we have Rick and the team escape out of the home that they were living in. This train thing. I can't really remember what it was called, but they were stuck in this thing, and they escaped, and they killed a bunch of people, and yeah. The first 2 episodes were really, really good, and really set up quite a lot of interesting little layers to the story. We have Rick and his group really thriving, really trying to survive and really coming together with all of their experiences that they've had. And I really, really did like the beginning of this season. And the whole thing with the church guy from Teen Wolf was really good as well. The guy from Teen Wolf, who is playing the priest, has this struggle all season to grasp whether faith still has a place in this new world that they're all living in. And I can really respect and understand why this guy lost his faith the way he did and why he went crazy. Because the world that we live in forces people to have to make difficult choices, and sometimes these choices can shake the very foundations that you have grown up believing. And something as simple as faith can be really, really hard to grasp in a world like this. And then the group sort of had this whole Washington ordeal. Then there are a few deaths, and then they obviously go to this new... No. Then they go fight this church group living in a hospital. Then we have a few deaths after that. And then we have sort of the group returning to society. And the struggle that they have. Much of the season is, I feel like the beginning of the season was really strong. And the end of the season was really strong. But the stuff in the middle was really, really boring. The show tends to, I think the problem is with this show is it's too long. It's too long and they don't get enough told. And it sort of goes into these deep character moments that just end up trailing off at the end without anything to really ground this show in, ground the storylines and piece them all together. Because when you're watching the show week by week, and you have these long breaks, I felt like the season was just a bit of nothing for a large portion of the season. And I don't want to say I don't like The Walking Dead, because I do. I just think that they have to make that middle portion of the story interesting. Because for a guy like me, I watch a lot of shows, and I don't like to, I don't like the show to feel like I'm wasting my time waiting for the plot to go. Because character moments are great, and I like character moments. It's just, you don't have the right, I feel like the show doesn't have the right balance. You need story and you need character moments, and you need them in the right quantity. Otherwise, this show seemingly doesn't go anywhere. And yes, they killed off 2 major characters for this show, but you killing them off is just easy. It's just easy drama. And I feel like they're not doing enough to make the middle portion of this show interesting. But I really, really liked the ending. As well as the beginning. I really, really liked the ending. When the group return back to a society and really have to struggle with, can they now relax, or do they still have to continue to survive in this apocalyptic world? And I just thought the ending was just really, really interesting, and it was sort of a great little twist on the season where we have the group really struggling to survive in this normal environment. And I just thought it was really, really good. It's difficult to explain, but The Walking Dead is definitely an interesting show to study in in a more in-depth analysis video, which I may do down the line at some point, and actually go from season 1 to season 5 or 6, and actually look at the season, and actually look at the journeys that these characters are going through. But yes, that's the end of my review. I want to wish you guys happy Easter. And do stay tuned. And do stay tuned, because I'm gonna give you guys the Marvel Cinematic Universe starting next week. So, as I said, guys, have a good Easter, and I shall see you all next week. Bye.